Well, hello there. Well, more sad news on the back of Paul O'Grady, Barry Humphries. We've now got Len Goodman. I had messages, videos, whatever they may be called, planned for today. This has thrown me somewhat because I can't let today go by without mentioning Len Goodman. And I can't because I really like the fella. I really did. People that know me will not believe that I'll even know who Len Goodman is, never mind like him. But I thought he was absolutely brilliant at his job. And it's one of those deaths, if you like, that's come out of left field, because I, like probably most of the country, didn't even know he was ill. You know, I believe he's had bone cancer and has died in care. He may have only had it for weeks or months. I believe it was a short illness. I hope and pray near the end he wasn't in lots of pain, because I know you can be with cancer. He is one man, from what I've seen of him, that doesn't deserve pain whatsoever. He's one man that I'm not surprised that has died without people knowing, because he's one of those guys, the old stiff British upper lip, whatever it may be, and he's all about happiness and enjoying life, and he wouldn't want to inflict his pain and worry on others. That'd be the kind of fella he was. But as I say, I had things to say, and then this happened, and I don't want to be a channel that all I do is discuss his death and people that have died, but in the short time the channel's been running, 2 or 3 weeks, we've had Paul O'Grady, whom I loved, we've had Barry Humphries, whom I loved, and now Len Goodman, who I loved. And I say love because I still sort of believe, I look at them being here rather than not being here. But with Len, there was something about him that I think what I loved about him is he was just one of us. He was a commoner. He was picked from obscurity, from nowhere, which in a time when, as I say, people can't get on. If you listen to me or see me intro 2, you'll know what I'm on about there, the intro 2 video. At a time when people can't get on, can't get to that first rung on the ladder, it shows that in the odd instance, there's still a chance for people to come from nowhere and to be somebody and to make something of themselves. I mean, I believe Len went from market trading, selling fruit and veg, to welding, to dancing and dance teaching, and then just plucked from obscurity for a show that he never believed, and I'm sure the BBC wasn't so certain would do well, or how well it'd do. And it went from being nothing to behemoth. Is that what it is? I don't know the word. I don't know how to say it. I know what the word is. But it went massive. I would suggest probably the biggest reality TV show we have out there. And as reality TV shows go, I don't like those ones in the jungles and those Big Brothers and all those. They're not for me. I used to watch them like The X Factor many years ago, but it got stale and got worse and worse and worse. Not for me. Britain's Got Talent. It hasn't got talent, so there's not much of it on there anyway. Not for me. Strictly Come Dancing. My other half watches it all the time and always has done. I've seen bits of it, dipped in and out. If it's been on, I've watched it. But in years gone by when Len was on, I'd always watch more of it just because I liked him. But not only did I like him, I could tell, for all I've not got a dance background or anything like that, he was brilliant at his job. He was brilliant. I used to say to people, well, you watch The X Factor, don't you? Well, yeah, I do. I like The X Factor. Younger people. All right, well, you like and you like all the panellists, yeah. And I'd say, well, and who do you think's the best presenter, pundit, whatever it may be, that we've got on, up there on a Saturday night on the old talent shows? And they'd always think I meant just The X Factor. I wasn't bringing out something. Oh, that's Simon Cowell, he's brilliant. And by the way, he's all right, but he's just a Pete Waterman clone, Simon Cowell. That's all Simon Cowell is, Pete Waterman was every bit as good as him or better. Went a bit far with Michelle McManus, which didn't help him, but, and not as much into self-publicity as Simon Cowell was, but Pete Waterman probably better than Simon Cowell most days of the week. But they'd say, oh, it'd be Simon Cowell, or they may have picked somebody else, but no, it'd be Simon Cowell, and I'd say, no. Len Goodman on the other side, 10 times better. And the reason he was 10 times better, firstly, he knew his stuff 100%. He'd done it all before. Secondly, it could be critical when needed, but only when needed, and it was a nice kind of critical in a velvet glove. He could be harsh, but very rarely was. He was always upbeat. He was always trying to raise people's spirits, but he had a personality that was really likeable. You just knew he was nice and decent and genuine. And you get some people on TV that they try to portray that same persona, but you think, can I see through that or can I not? Are they as nice as they seem? And then you tend to read things about them and see things in the press and you think, I didn't think you were that nice, you know. But Len, just a lovely man. Lovely man. And as I say, the fact that he came from nowhere onto our screens at 60 years of age as well. 60 years of age, that takes some doing. And when he left at, what was it, 70, 71, whatever it may have been, they were gutted to lose him. Absolutely gutted. He went over the pond and did it brilliantly over there. You know, the Yanks don't always get our accents. Well, Len had a pretty broad one, so you think they may struggle with that, but they didn't. They absolutely took to him. But the thing is, they like Brits to start with, and they like nice people, and anybody that has anything about them could see Len was nice. But I loved him. I even watched some of the afternoon shows he did, the music of my youth, or TV of my youth, and I think he did another one, somewhat similar. I actually heard something today, I think it was from Eamon Holmes, saying that they did a show together where he took Eamon Holmes back to where he was born and the areas that he lived, and I think they went round in a little carpet van like his dad used to have. His dad, I think, was a carpet fitter, Eamon's, and Eamon said he was with him for 3 or 4 days during the film. It was only an half an hour show, but with him for 3 or 4 days. He said, and honestly, wherever we went, people were all over him. They absolutely loved him. And when you think Eamon is loved in Ireland, and especially in the town or cities that he came from, the fact that they wanted to spend more time with Len than with Eamon says a lot about how much affection people have for Len Goodman. Just so sad he's gone. I seen one of the other TV ones about my past TV and how I grew up. I think he did it with Linford Christie. That was great as well. I'll mention something that Linford Christie mentioned in that further down the line when we look at things like race and prejudice and whatever, because something on that show was all stuck with me, and I thought it was pretty apt. But this isn't a time for getting too deep into anything. But Len Goodman, lovely guy, greatly missed, lovely man. I've seen him on some talk shows. I want to say talk shows, mainly your daytime TVs, and always value for money, always great. But it's been weird today. You've had something on about Len Goodman, then they've gone on to this In the Jungle rubbish, and then they've gone on to Barry Humphries, or they've started with Barry Humphries, then the Jungle rubbish, and then back onto Len Goodman. And I thought, you've got two giants there, two great guys, and then you've got this duff TV they're on about in the middle of it all. Sorry for anyone that's young listening to this, because you like that duff jungle business, but I don't get it at all. But Len, sorry to see you go, my sir. Really sorry to see you go. Nice fella. You're going to be missed. Commiserations to family, friends, relations. What a great shape.